All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slob on the Pod. Before we get into this episode, I have to thank the sponsor for the podcast, and that's Liquid IV. You ever had Liquid IV?
I have not, actually.
Well, this is perfect for you because then you can use my discount code of 20% and free shipping.
Oh, word.
If you go to liquidiv.com, you get 20% off plus free shipping when you use promo code SLOB, S-L-O-B.
All right.
I'm just going to go over real quick all the benefits of Liquid IV. One stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. It contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C. Made with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, and free from gluten, dairy, and soy.
I need all the electrolytes.
From what I'm reading, that's what this is, just a pack of fucking electrolytes.
Go running after.
Yeah, so thank you, Liquid IV, for sponsoring the episode. If you plan on going for a run, or if you plan on just waking up, pop it into 16 ounces of water and shake it up and start your day with Liquid IV. Remember, go to liquidiv.com, 20% off, plus free shipping when you go to liquidiv.com and use promo code SLOB, S-L-O-B. All right, let's start the show. All right, so now I'm going to do like a little... before I start, it's Aarion, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Or is it Aarion?
It's Aarion.
All right.
Not Aarion, because I'm not a racist. My last name's Lynch. That'd be real fucked up.
Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome back, Slob on the Pod. It's your stepsister's favorite podcast. I'm here with a good friend of mine that I met recently, Aarion Lynch, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome, brother.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming out.
It's Aarion, not Aarion. Not a racist.
Aarion Brotherhood Lynch.
I said that, I think, before, but just in case you edit that part out.
I'm going to edit that part out.
Gotta get that joke in there.
What's up, brother, man? Thanks for coming out.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me out.
No, for sure. So if you guys don't know, I always like to do a little intro about, my guests and stuff. Obviously, as everyone knows, that we've been doing open mics at the Brewers Airport.
Word.
And one of the days you came through, and honestly, dude, the first night you came out, I thought you were hilarious. I loved everything about you. Obviously, to me, you were like a funny stoner guy. Like, I don't know what it is, man, but like, I think like stoners are like the most funny because they're like little kids. Like, they say shit and like everyone laughs and they're just kind of like, what's so funny? You know? Like, they have that, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what I did, but okay. Like, you kind of have that. I mean, obviously you meant to go be funny, which you were.
Right.
But afterwards when I talked to you, I was like, this guy is chill. He's cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll do it either sober sometimes, but I'll just say it anyway because it kind of just became part of it.
Do you feel like,
you know what I'm saying?
How long have you been doing stand-up?
Like 3 years, a little over.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
All in Yuma, or you've gone other places?
Nah, it started in Missouri, and then it opened up in Phoenix, like got a little more serious, and then I got to Yuma, and it's kind of like
dead.
Yeah, it's kind of it's interesting, I'm like writing more than ever, but only performing once a month at the Brewers right now, but the goal is to get back over to Phoenix more. I'm gonna go out there tomorrow and do some stuff. So
you gonna get up on stage?
Yeah, I'll be going to this little bar called Devil's Advocate. It's always got a
okay.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good
Is
spot out there, but they got like 2 or 3 a day, you know what I mean, for you to go practice, There's like JP's Comedy Club. I used to get paid to perform out there pretty free. I get like $30 or something, like,
dude. But like,
it up.
Yeah, but like when you think about it though, like I've only, like, in all the times I've done stand up, I've only been doing stand up. It's gonna be a year on the 17th.
Yeah.
I just realized that, and only once I've been paid, and it was like one time when I did like a what's it called, like a MC.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I just hosted a show and the guy paid me $50. But like for me that was cool because I was like, oh shit, man, like I'm doing what I want to do, and like I kind of got some money out of it.
Yeah.
Like and that was the first time I was like, okay, like I think I can, like, now I see where money comes from out of this. But I think it's full, like, whenever, like, every time I do a show, I'm just like, I'll do it for free. And whenever they're like, well, no, I was gonna give you like $30, I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. I didn't, I was gonna do this for free, but okay, like, I'll get paid some money.
Get paid to tell a joke. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And that's what I trip out too, is like the more I do research about like comedy and stuff, like because at first I was like, I don't understand how people can make money from stand up, But I don't know if recently stand-up's been like it's blowing back up, but like I see like these other comedians and they're like, yeah, like I went to this comedy store, I got paid like $1,500. These are guys like obviously they're not open micers anymore, but they're not like really famous. Yeah. But like they're living in LA and stuff, and they're like, yeah, like I get spots, you know, they pay me, you know, 50, or I asked 1,500 or whatever. I'm like, holy shit, like, and I think about that, like 1,500, and for my job, I would have to work like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're saying one night of you just telling jokes for like 5-10 minutes, you get 1,500. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because then you see like the crowd, you see, you know, the people buy alcohol and shit, so the money adds up.
Yeah, it adds up. Like, and that comes with, you know, having a certain amount of clout. Like, and it depends on like where you're at in your comedy career. Because like over in Phoenix, like I could get paid shows. You know, you're getting like $50-$60, like we're talking about, like small things, you know, on a weekly basis. But you come over to somewhere like this, it's a small town. You know, it's just like I said, it's just the Brewers at the airport. So until it starts blowing up a little more, it's going to be a little harder. But the cool thing is, though, with the internet, I'm starting to realize is like maybe to utilize that a little more, because then you can start building an audience that maybe you can take like with you, you know, somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, go to Texas to do some shows, and maybe someone will actually show up for you. You know what I mean?
That
like
would
stuff
be
like that. Yeah.
No, dude, I totally understand. Like, I mean, I think it's even cool just now. Like, if I go to like the other day I went to Texas Roadhouse and someone, and like I've had people come to me and they're like, yo, aren't you like, you do the podcast or whatever? So this guy was like, hey, I've seen you before. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, you don't look familiar. He's like, weren't you at a Stage and Stand? I was like, yeah. And I thought that was cool, like just being acknowledged for like doing stand up. I was like, oh shit, like that's cool. And that just means like, okay, like I'm somewhat like, the more we're doing it, the more we're reaching out to like more and more people. Because when I would talk to Cody, well, you know Cody, his thing, like every time we go do a set, he'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that same joke, like they've already heard it. I'm like, bro, like every time we do a set, it's more than likely like a good 70% is like brand new people.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. But for the most part, it's like new people. So like for a while, I was doing this thing where I would do a set and I did it back to back to back to back. And I was just trying to work on it because I was like I was thinking about it. Like if someone was coming to me like, yo, like, can you open up for me? You got 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't have a solid 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was trying that. And in each show, and it was probably like a show a week. In January, we were pretty busy. We actually had like a show once a week. And I was like, by the third week, I was like, man, like I've been hearing this a lot. So in my head, I'm like, man, I'm just saying the same shit over and over. Like people are probably listening. They're like, oh, I've heard this joke. I know. It's like, oh no, I don't. But then I have to tell myself, like, dude, like half these people you've never seen before. They've never seen you. So you've been saying this, you know, 3 nights in a row. But for a lot of them, it's the first time.
Yeah.
So I was like so then that's when I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, well, I'm gonna work on a set then. But now, dude, I keep going back and forth with like, I have a good like 4 to 5 minutes that I've, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Then I have, then I'm like, no, I just want to do something new tonight.
Yeah.
And then, but that always happens. Every night I want to try something new. And I'm like, but then I started thinking like, okay, well, I got to work on like a good 4 to 5, get that down, and then just kind of build off that, or at least maybe do another 4 to 5 the next time. I don't know. I overthink. And that's the thing, that I love comedy. I love like doing this, but I overthink everything about it.
Yeah, that's easy to do. I mean, it's easy to take it a little too serious too. You know
it is,
I mean?
right? Something that's supposed to be fun and funny and like a good time, but it's like for the person performing, it's very like, it's you get nervous.
Yeah.
You know, and then trying to remember like every time I go up, when I was doing those sets, I'd always miss a part of a joke. So like when they end, I'd be like, fuck, I forgot to say this one part.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like that, and I'd be like, that fucking ruined the whole set. And they're like, no, it was fine, but like, yeah, that last part, it's like, no, everything's ruined. It doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah.
And so like, and I always, every time, and like, and that's the thing now, is like, now I haven't been doing it a long time, but I'm at the point where I'm not so much nervous. Like I have something I'm going to say. I'm more at the point where I get like anxious. Like when we're at the Brewers, and I obviously Cody doesn't go by like the times we fucking sign in. He just kind of like, I'm going to call this new guy, and then I'll put, you know, a meal on and shit. And so when it gets to me, finally, I'm like, bro, like the whole time I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I just want to hurry up, get up there and say what I got to say and get off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and because of that, like I constantly think about like so much shit, like with comedy. Like I'm just like, am I not funny? Does this make sense? And then I'm like, where's the joke part in it? Like, am I just saying a funny story?
Right.
I don't know, man. I think about too much.
Well, I mean, comedy is one of those things, man, that I don't feel like there's a formula, you know? Oh, I appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah, he's like touching my knob on this podcast.
He's all backs up like, yo, bro, whoa, get the fuck out of my space.
Nah, my legs are too weak from the weed, man. My girl went to Cali and she brought back some weed from our boy out there. I'm not gonna name it. I mean, not slip up on it, you know.
Yeah, because everyone in Yuma knows it.
Yeah, no, he's a big time. It's a big time, man. No, but she brought back the shit that, you know, like I didn't drive. Let's just say that. Yeah. No,
So do you every time you do?
Oh, okay.
I know. Huh? That's yeah. Yo, shout out. This is my first episode. I got my boy Eric, right?
Yes, sir.
Eric, what's the last name?
Acosta.
Why do you have heart? What's on your Instagram?
That's a artist thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. That's his stage name. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think I finally found a director and a fucking editor, producer, whatever the fuck you want to be called. So I got someone in the background now, so this is fun.
Right.
Otherwise, it would just be weird, just be me and you.
Right.
So it's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy on the keys.
Yeah, so if you guys see him looking back there, we're actually looking at someone, not just looking at the fucking camera.
Right.
I was going to ask, so how long have you been doing stand-up, you said?
About 3 years, yeah.
But that's the thing that's kind of weird because, like, it's not, like, I would say a year, but if you actually put my times together, I was on stage is nothing close to a year.
Right.
Because I started back in February of last year. So I guess you can say a year, but like for you, 3 years, would that be like every week you were doing something, or from the time you started, you were just like at least once a month you were up on stage?
I would say that was like the time I was like, I'm going to do this. Like from the time I decided I'm going to do it and started doing it to now. Not like the consistency of it, because I went up and down, you know. I mean, I'm always practicing my stuff. Like I write every day, you know, like I don't time it or anything. I just write whenever I want, however long.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever written anything and like timed it out.
Yeah, that way I always have. Like I feel like there's this interview with Eminem, like from back, like a 60-minute interview from like years ago, and he said like for his writing, like he's ammo stacking, right? So I feel like that's what I'm doing with the comedy is like I try to stack the ammo, you know.
That's good, yeah.
And it's like I went from trying to follow what other people were doing, going to comedy seminars, you know. And
you've done some of those classes?
Yeah, man.
Did you get anything out of it?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I actually, I realized I was like, oh, no, like, being funny comes from, like, using, I don't know, like, from my opinion, it's like most comedians and, like, myself, like, use humor as, like, a tool, like, to get by in life. You know, that was, like a coping mechanism for me, you know, as you would say in this. The new.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you are you like a traumatic person?
No, man. I don't base myself off shit that happened to me when I was younger. You know, like everybody's like if I'm gonna base it like that, because I had a lot of crazy shit happen in my life. I come from Alaskan hillbillies, man. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are people who moved from Arkansas to Alaska. You know, this is, you know, I'm the type of guy that'll, you know. I don't know if I can say this, but like,
say it. He'll bleep it out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say fuck you and then wash my dick off in your sink, but that's an Alaskan hillbilly. You know, it's like,
dude, I was
take you on a 4-wheel ride after. You know.
Oh, okay. That's a date night.
Moose, but no, man, I come from some crazy stuff happening. You know, I don't want to call my dad out. He's still alive. You know, that's
because he listens to.
I'll wait till he's dead. You know. But you know, it's always the dad. You know, like George Carlin said, man. There's a lot of dads in hell, especially.
It's a lot of dads, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like, I don't consider like a divorce like a crazy thing that happened in my life. Yeah. But like when I listen to other like comedians, they bring that up. They're like, yeah, I started stand up whenever my mom and dad got in a divorce, and like it was just a tough time. And I'm like, for me. I remember it was like a time when I was like, well, this is like, I don't think all kids go through this, but like, it didn't really like, I wasn't like traumatized by it. You know what I'm saying? Like I still talk to my real dad now, not as much, but like, I'll talk to him, but like, it didn't affect me in a way that, oh, now I have this dark humor where like, this is how I cope with it. Like,
yeah.
It's honestly, it's never been an issue with me. Like, so like, I don't know, like maybe you can only be like really funny if like you have these, you know, I've been touched by my uncle and shit. And and that's what you hear, right? You hear comedians talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like sexually assaulted, like, and they're just like the funniest people ever. And it's like, I don't.
let me rephrase it then, because that is how it came off. I mean more like you have been doing humorous things so long just to get attention more.
Okay.
You know, you're getting attention to cope with situations. You know, make people laugh. You know, make your siblings laugh, whatever. Class clown type stuff. People like that are the people like I feel like you've been practicing it your whole life. You know, you've been attention, because that's what we're doing, right? We're adults who are attention seeking from other adults.
Isn't it weird?
You know, and that's what it is. I mean, we could pretend like, oh no, this isn't art and stuff. You know, it's like a lowest form of art. You're just attention seeking, and I am proud of that. You know, like I'm fine with that. I want to go out to random places and tell people jokes they really don't want to hear, but I'm gonna try to make you laugh anyway.
Yeah,
try to make you see it from my perspective. You know, what I'm saying?
Dude, that's so true. Like I've thought about that. Like whenever I go to it, like if I'm gonna go to a show, I'll start getting like nervous or something, and then I'll just be like, dude, like what? Like first off, I'll be like, what am I doing? Like I'm 29 years old, about to have a kid. And like here I am doing a podcast. This is shit you do when you're like in your 20s, maybe even teenage years, that builds up into something. So by the time you're 30, it's like, oh no, he's been doing this. This is what he does. But here I am just jumping in at 28, 29, doing podcasts, doing stand up. And it's like, bro, this is like, I kind of see it as like childish things.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, like I'm legit. There's times where like I'll have a show and I'll be like, I can't go to your wedding because I have a show. And to me, it's like, well, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be, you know, any show I can get, I need to fucking go be there. But to everyone else that I'm saying like, hey, I can't come to your wedding because I have a show, they don't see it like that. They're just like, you're really doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it kind of, and I know people think that way about what I do. And I'm just like, it's kind of, and I get these moments where I'm like, that's kind of embarrassing, you know? Like I kind of seem like a midlife crisis guy. Like, oh, he's a 29-year-old with a podcast that's not going anywhere. He's doing stand-up that's not really doing much.
Shit, I'm 34, man. With stand up, man, I take it. I'm doing it like I'm trying to get more and more serious with it as it goes. But at the same time, like I have zero expectations because it's brought me. You know, it's almost like going to church, man. Like it brings me so much happiness to do it. Like I'm not even joking, man. Like I enjoy it so much. Like yeah, sometimes I get so nervous, like I shit 2 or 3 times, you know, before I go up or whatever.
Oh, dude, I always have to shit or piss before I go. Yeah.
But you know, once I get up there, man, I always feel not always, from the beginning it wasn't. Usually especially when I have my ammo ready, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, like I got this. Like I don't care if it's 5 people or 50. Like I'm gonna make you guys laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Whenever you go up, do you have to be like high or something?
No, man. I like I was saying, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Like I'll either go up high, like it's probably 50-50. Yeah, I would say it's 50-50.
Sometimes high, sometimes sober.
Yeah, but even if I'm sober, sometimes I'll use like, oh, I'm high, you know, because I always sit down. Like,
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I've noticed like for me, because before, when I used to like stand up, I would walk around a lot, and it would make me more nervous. So then I started sitting down, and I was like, oh, okay, this is better for me.
You know what's funny is because of you. Before the few times I would do it, I was always standing up. I wanted to be animated and stuff. And after I saw you, when you sat down and you just looked more comfortable. Like you were just kind of like sitting down and you're like, I'm going to tell you a story or something. Like that's what it felt like when you sat down. So everyone was like locked in on you. And now like the last 2 times I did Brewers, I sat down.
Nice, man.
Just cause like, I don't know, it is true. Like when you get up on on a stool or something, you're just like more relaxed. Yeah. You don't have the feeling of like, I need to go over here. I need to move over here. Like you're kind of just stationary. And you're just telling your joke and you're just like doing hand signals and shit. And I think and like for the performer, I think it's more like comfortable.
You got to turn it into drunk kindergarten, right?
Explain.
Like you're up there reading the book, teaching the lesson or whatever, entertaining the kids while they're sitting cross-legged, you know. But instead of milk, they got booze, you know.
Which is maybe even better.
Oh, man. Who knows what they got now, you know.
No, dude. No, what I was going with though is do you feel you do better
high or sober? I do better sober than anything in life.
And it sucks that that's the truth, huh?
Yeah, that's the honest truth. And I smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
And before I started smoking weed every day, I had migraines basically every day because I have some traumatic brain injury from when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I got like some, it wasn't like these people who like, oh my God, my skull was smashed in or something. It was just to the point where, I got some scarring and some issues with migraines after, and
That's why you're so funny.
that could be part of it. So, and I got out of the military in 2012, and I went into the doctor because it was happening too frequently, and the doctor in California was like, well, you can take these meds or you could just try smoking weed. Like, it's usually like
this is once
about
you're
the
out.
same results, So I was like, well, I'm gonna smoke weed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then I got hooked on it ever since, and it's been good to me. I make some jokes that you probably heard, like I'm trying to slow down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's true, man. Like these hippies back in the day, they lied about weed.
As in?
They were smoking like 2% weed, man, and then we're coming up in an age where the shit's like 2,000%.
Yeah.
And I'm smoking.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I'm like, what am I causing?
So you're trying to
in my brain right now.
You're trying to be like your ancestors, and you're like, oh, you were smoking that like fucking CBD and shit. Like you have nothing compared to what we have now.
Right.
I didn't even think about that. I never realized like back in the day when like the hippies were all that shit. Like I never like what was that percentage? Like they probably didn't even know.
Bro, it was probably like 3%.
And they were just like
3%.
Smoking a lot of it. They like their probably thing was like, I'm just gonna smoke enough until I feel numb or something.
I don't know what their thought was,
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know.
They probably got them just as high, but you know what I'm saying? Because we're smoking the shit that's just is laboratory science at this point. But I'm okay with it. Like, whatever. There's worse things you could be doing. Like, we're also living in an age. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if you got an agenda to talk about, but I don't know.
No, go
if
for
you've seen this shit online where like, it seems like everybody's taking steroids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's hopping on juice. I'm like, you're not even competing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
I've thought about that too, and like
you thought about taking them?
Of course. Have you not?
Yeah, I have thought.
Hasn't everyone? Come on. Hasn't at some point everyone was like, I think I could do some steroids, dude. I had a buddy when I was in. Hold on, we got to go back to something because I think he caught it too. You were in the military?
Yeah.
Okay, well you kind of glossed over that. We'll get back to it. But when I was in the military, all three of us. When I was in Colorado, and I had my roommate, and he was like, bro, he was a MP, and he was like, bro, he's like, I got a buddy, he's like, he does steroids and stuff, he's gonna hook me up with some, like, you want some? I'm like, nah, and at this time, I'm only like 21, 22.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't had any kids. That was my biggest thing. I didn't want to do steroids because I didn't want it to fuck with, like, my reproductive system. And if that was the reason, and I found out like, oh, it's because you're doing steroids, I'm like, fuck, that's why I can't have kids. And I'd feel like a piece of shit. So it's like, nah, like I'm good. This guy took them for like a month. He only worked out maybe 1 week.
Yeah.
This guy legit thought that if he just took steroids, that he would just get big. And like, dude, like, and he got fat.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, I mean, he went from like maybe like 145 to like 180. And like he thought he was bulking and shit. I'm like, bro, you go like I've seen you go to the gym like maybe once.
He's fattening.
You're just yeah. Like he was like, yeah, dude, with the steroids. He's like, I'm always hungry. I'm like, yeah. I was like, but you're like also not working out, so it's like very like you're not going with the program. Like you gotta eat whatever you're fucking raging over, but then you also gotta work out. And he's just like, no. He's like, dude, like I'm taking steroids, like it'll work out. I'm like, dude, no. And this guy just got fat.
Bro, that's like. I don't understand the logic of all it is really. I think it's like a byproduct of like all these like Arnold Schwarzenegger and all this stuff. Like they said in this precedent. It's kind of like women say like they have this precedent for them to look a certain way in society.
Yeah,
and that's true. And it also goes with young men too, or why else would you be sitting there trying to blast at 18? You don't even know what you're doing to yourself in the long term,
Exactly.
You don't even realize like a lot of people's thought process is like, oh, I'm going to take a cycle or two. And I only bring this up because, I was a personal trainer for a few years and stuff. And
you were a personal trainer?
Yeah.
God damn, dude, I'm learning so much about you.
Bro, I've done so many things because I just like end up, I'd be like, all right, well, that was cool,
Yeah,
after a few years.
I did it. I tried it.
So, I don't know.
No, I get you.
But,
I'm the same person with anything too. Like I will try my hardest not to talk shit about anything unless I've done it or tried it.
Yeah.
Because I hate people that are like once I started smoking weed, and then people would be like, I would meet people and they're like, oh, you smoke weed, like that's bad for you. I'm like, have you smoked weed? And they're like, no, like it's terrible. I would never do it. I'm like, well then maybe that's why. Like who are you to say what's good and what's bad without you even trying? Like I know, like I don't have to try meth to know that it's bad, but like But like, I'm just saying, like certain things that like that things that are bad. It's just like, well, you can't talk shit about it. Like you've never even done it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't like peanut butter, but you've never had a Reese cup, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. You ever have a good, yeah, exactly.
Might be the weed talking. I was thinking about, thinking about a Reese cup.
You getting munchies? What's your go-to munchie?
Oh man, go-to munchie. Anything that's in the cupboard. No, I really enjoy lame answer, fruit. I really do. Like.
That's actually good though.
Yeah, because I'm health conscious. Sometimes I'll go off that and eat like 10 burritos in a day. But no, like I really do try to stay healthy. Like I use it in smoothies, all that stuff. But I probably eat like 10 bananas, a day. Like because I'll just wake up in the morning and start smashing like bananas and coffee for some reason. I don't know. I just enjoy it, man. Like I try to enjoy life, but not give myself a heart attack. Yeah.
I get you. Yeah. One thing, going back to fruit, have you heard? I'm sure you have, but like that, certain fruits will like enhance your high, like mango, pineapple.
Well, I guess I'm probably getting that already.
So okay, but that's what I'm saying. You've never done that though.
I've never consciously done it. Maybe it's doing it to me on purpose.
you're like, I'm pretty high, but when I drink this pineapple smoothie, I get really high.
Let's keep this shit going. Yeah, let's keep the banana's like, I want to stay high. Still in your stomach, bro.
So like for me, I want to go back to weed because for me,
all right, I'm cool. Yeah.
Weed's still a new thing to me.
Okay.
I never smoked in high school. I was obviously also in the military. I got out in 2017.
Okay.
I think 2016, 2017. And so I got out. Long story short, I got out. I was gonna do the CHP, the California Highway Patrol.
Okay.
Went past all the test shit, and I did. When I got to the lie detector part, I failed that. But it wasn't. I didn't lie anything. I didn't lie about anything. They just didn't like some of my answers. So like they asked me like, "Do you hang out with people that smoke weed? Are you at parties where people?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but I don't smoke it. I don't hang out with them, but I know, there's people in our backyard smoking weed or whatever." And they were just like, "Well, you don't think like with, the type of work you want to get into, you don't think you should tell them something?" And my thing was, I was like, no, like if you invite me to your house and I go and I'm in the running to, become an officer of the law, and I say, "Hey, like don't smoke weed in your house because I'm around, like, I'm trying to get this job. Is that cool with you?" You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck am I to get invited to someone's house and tell them they can't do what they want in their own home? Yeah. So I straight up told them that, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And so they were like, "At this time, we're going to disqualify you because, a lack of immaturity is what they called it."
A lack of maturity?
Yeah.
A lack of immaturity?
Immaturity. Or a lack of maturity.
I was like, you don't have a lack of that.
Yeah. You're like the childish kid I know.
All right. So, dang, man.
So they did. So I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, all right. And so like for that one split second, I was kind of like, damn, like this is the reason I joined the military, because this was my path. And as soon as I got back in the car, I told my parents, and they were just like, "Oh, okay." Well, they're like, "Well, whatever's next." And at that point, I was like, I could do whatever I want. I can work at fucking McDonald's. I can go, start my own business. Because this is the first time I literally went from high school, maybe had like a year or two, and then I went to the military. So I didn't experience much. Like I probably had one job when I got out of high school. I had my first job, and then I had two jobs after that, and then I joined the military. So I never did like fast food and that stuff. So then I got out and I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And I was like, first thing I said, I was like, I want to smoke weed.
I want to smoke weed.
Because I never did it in high school. I never experienced with it. I had friends that did it, but they were cool. Like they would be like, "You want to smoke?" I'd be like, "No." They'd be like, "All right, cool." They would not pressure me, nothing. Right. I'm like, "No." And most of the time, when I was in high school, I was the one that drove. Right. So they were like, "Well, he's the one driving, so like let's keep him sober." So I never did that. And so now that I'm out, like it's been a good 4 years, and I'm still learning stuff. But there's always like certain times, like the more I'm smoking now, the more I'm like, I don't want to drink beer. I don't want to drink alcohol. Like I feel like I get a like what I get from alcohol, I get from weed, but even better because I'm aware, but I'm also kind of like loosey goosey with it, and then also like things are just more fun. And that's why I was getting at the whole fruit thing, because now I'm just kind of experimenting. So like, dude, if I'm on TikTok, you ever on TikTok?
Yeah.
If I'm on TikTok, I'll see videos and they'll be like, "Do you want to enhance your high? Like eat mango or drink a mango smoothie or something." Like I always try all these new things because like I've gotten to a point, I'm pretty sure you guys have, where like you smoke and you're like, am I even high? Or am I just living life and like I'm just high all the time?
Yeah, dude, trust me. Yeah.
So like, and it's kind of bad because not that I've done it, but I can see how weed can be a gateway drug because you get this high for the first time that you're chasing every time. Every time you smoke, you're like, I want to get high like the first time I got high, and then you kind of don't get that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So then you're like, fuck it, I'll do, what's the next best thing?
Heroin. Where's the needle, Mom?
They're like, what do you want to feel? They're like, what do you want to feel? You're like, I just want to see like things moving. They're like, heroin, take heroin.
Bro, Dare was right, bro. Your gym teacher was right when he taught you health. You're good. Because the school budget couldn't hire a real.
I know. Was that a thing for you?
That was a thing for me. Yeah.
Was that a thing for you?
The health teacher was like the math teacher, the gym guy.
Mine was the PE teacher. I remember one day we went to PE class and they're like, don't change. We're going to go to classroom, whatever. We're going to watch a video. And it was just like just nasty stuff. It was
just like, nasty herpes.
Like herpes.
Yeah, it's trying to scare you from sleeping with each other.
It showed like a penis that had like the drip. It showed like a vagina that had like just like nasty stuff all over it.
Oh, bro, no, they don't want kids sleeping with each other, bro. That's saved for the Catholic Church. Right?
They don't.
I don't know how far I can go.
You go as far as you want, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Oh
man. But yeah, so like I said, weed's kind of like a new thing for me. What's up? Yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah, so like weed's a new thing for me. So when I first started doing stand-up, going back to stand-up, oh yeah, thanks. I would get nervous, so I would like drink before. Okay. But by the time I got up, I got like a good enough buzz to where I was loose, but nothing made sense. Like,
yeah, I don't drink ever before I go up, man. I only did it once. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, well, that's
and
good.
I got drunk. Yeah. So, dude, I don't know if you've ever heard of I kind of brag about this sometimes. You know Bruce Jingles is?
No.
Sorry, I sound like fucking Joe Biden right now.
Is it like an old guy or something?
No. Bruce Jingles, he I don't know if he got his Netflix special, but he had a Netflix special coming. He's a professional comedian out in California. He also comes out to Phoenix a lot and stuff. Hilarious guy. You should look him up sometime on YouTube. It's very funny.
Yeah.
And I got the pleasure of and the opportunity to open for him because the guy I knew who was putting the show together. His name's Jesse Ever, Kid Ever. That's on his TikTok and all that. It's Instagram.
Okay.
So check him out. He puts together a lot of good shows. But he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, whoever it was dropped. So like, if you want to come try to open for him, like, go ahead. It'd be 2 20-minute spots. So like in the evening and then the late evening.
Oh yeah, 2 shows.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta be fun.
Yeah. So the first one I was completely sober and I killed. Like I went up right before him and he came like right after his set and he was like, "Dude, you were funny." Gave me his Facebook and all this stuff. Nah, nothing ever came of it, but it's all good. I got recognition.
Yeah.
You know?
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then by the time, and then I started getting because there was this heckler that he looked like Elmer Fudd, bro. So like I started saying that like because he was talking shit. So I started going no, and he got so mad he left, right? And apparently that was his thing was he would heckle all the time. This was at the Starlight Lounge. That's where it was
in Phoenix.
Yeah, in West Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody was so happy, like these local people that just don't like this guy or whatever. So they started buying me drinks. Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting drunk,
for the next show.
Way before the show, I'm already drunk. So I'm already past that point of like, I'm seeing double and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you got to go up." I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah." So I go up, and right away, this guy starts heckling, bro.
He came back?
No, it was a different guy.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, bro. He looked like Peter Griffin or something. Like, he was just like this big
like a
guy.
button up with glasses? Like?
Yeah, and I could hear him right before I went up, dude. He's sitting there talking to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm Steve Harvey's manager," and like all this shit, like lying.
Oh, okay.
So, like, he starts talking, and I was like, "Okay, Steve Harvey's manager." I start going off, but nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, because only you caught that.
So, like, I don't even, like, realize because I'm so drunk that I'm arguing with this guy for, like, I don't know, 2 minutes, and I'm just like, everybody's kind of staring, and I'm like, oh shit,
They're waiting for the funny part.
So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do jokes. So I do some jokes, no laughs, and I just get off stage, and I'm like, I'm never drinking again before I go off.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's my I'm never drinking again doing stand-up story. That was like a year and a half ago, and haven't drank since.
No, yeah, I think alcohol is definitely like a big thing that will kind of mess with people, either help or like hurt them. I remember when I first started, we were doing shows at what was it? Red Moon.
Okay.
And one of the guys that came, he always would, every time he came, he would be like belligerent drunk. Like just yelling, didn't make sense, whatever. But he would get on stage and he would perform. It made no sense though, and it wasn't really that funny. But like us knowing him, we had hung out with him a few times after he went up, and I was like, well, I know where he's going, so I think he's funny. Okay. But everyone else was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. So he did a show one time. We get there, and I'm saying hi to him and another guy. And I was like, you're not drinking today? He's like, no, man, I'm going to try to do this sober. I was like, all right, cool. Dude, he goes up there. They call his name. He goes up, grabs the mic, looks around a few times, puts the mic back, and just walks off stage.
Oh, damn.
And like he comes down. He's like, I can't do it sober. I can't do it sober. I was like, what the fuck? From that point on, I never heard from him again.
Hey, man, that'll tell you the tell. Because a lot of people do it drunk, and they're not, and a lot of them aren't funny, And I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff. Bro, but I've even sober, like in the beginning, I'm sure you've went through this.
Yeah.
You're a year and a half in, right? So It's like some of those mics, like out in Phoenix, I don't know about out here, but like, you're doing 2 a day a lot of times and stuff. And sometimes you're not going up to like 1 a.m. and there's like one person left.
Damn, really?
But you just do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't need to be drunk, And so yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that. Like they're the drinking type, or I even like some guy who, I'm not going to mention names or anything because he still does comedy out there, but like stealing jokes.
Oh, okay.
Specifically my jokes. And I was like,
really?
Okay. Yeah, and that's stupid. Like, what the hell, bro? We're just doing small shows and stuff. Write your own shit. Like, what the hell, man? Like, or doing Joe Rogan's joke. And I thought that was funny. I was like, he did this Joe Rogan joke. I didn't mention his name anyway, but.
No, yeah.
And I'm just sitting there looking. It was the first time I saw him do it. I was like, did anybody notice that he's stealing these jokes? Like,
well, like there's been times that we've had people come up at the airport, like old people, and they'll do like those. I
was there for one of them.
Like a nun and something walk in, to a bar, and like you hear them, and you're like, I've heard this joke. I don't know who said it, but I know I've heard this before. And I remember like afterwards, Cody was like, dude, like that guy was funny because he's an old guy, but he was just repeating other people's jokes or like other memes you'd see like on social media.
So he's got the timing, but you just got to write your own shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, this is kind of awkward. But like, same thing like you, I was like looking around, like people were laughing, and I'm like, I don't think these people like know, like these are old jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and that's another thing too is like I've always been I know I don't like still like if I watch someone I'm like I'm gonna use that joke. But I'm always worried that when I watch people stand up, that I'm going to subconsciously get a joke from them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like later on down the road, like I'll be driving. I'll be like, that's kind of funny. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That would come together. And I'll write it down. And then I'll be like, is this something that I came up with? Or like something I heard way back when? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I have that. And that's my biggest fear, that I'm going to go up and say something and people will be like, oh, you stole that joke, but that was good. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I stole it. Because no one, like, if you ever go up to someone and be like, hey, you stole a joke, they're going to be like, no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Or oh, I didn't know it was a joke that I stole. Yeah. And so that's my biggest fear, is just, like, doing something that someone else has done, and then people just being like, oh, that's funny, but, like, you stole that joke. And
yeah, just remember, everything's been done.
And then not only that, but everything's like I have this one, I'm going to say it, and then you tell me if you've heard anything similar to it, but it's like, the other day I went to a drag show.
Right.
Lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I think I've heard something similar.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I think I was getting at, was like some jokes aren't really stealing, but they are very close. Like there's like, it's the same premise.
It's like the same thought. So my whole thing about like you stole a joke is like, you know, if you hear like somebody doing an entire George Carlin bit, then okay, you're stealing, or they're doing even like 3 consecutive. But if it's just like, oh, you did a joke that was similar, like, okay, maybe they're just watching a lot of Carlin or whatever. Because like when I first started doing it, man, that's what got me to go up, was Bill Hicks.
I've never seen Bill Hicks.
Oh my god, dude!
I've heard so much shit about him. I always hear.
You gotta watch.
Yeah, dude, I haven't.
Dude, he's done like I was really into watching him and George Carlin. I don't really watch any stand up that much anymore.
Yeah, I'll watch bits.
Just the local guys.
Oh, okay.
And that's not because I don't want to. It's just because I find myself writing or going like or listening to my friends, the guys who I know their stuff. Like, okay, that's so sometimes I'll catch some new stuff, but yeah, what influenced me was George Carlin, Bill Hicks. You know, sitting there listening to them, and I'm like, shit, I mean, I could do this. You know?
That's
like,
yeah.
This is awesome. Like, I think you know, I'm you know, I think I have the, you know, what it takes to do it. So I just, you know, I was in Missouri at the time doing roofing, and I was like,
What part of
just
Missouri?
went to a bar, man. I was in Neosho, so I drove over to Joplin, and I went to this place called Blackthorn Pizza, and there was probably not even probably less than 80 people in there. It was a lot of freaking people. I was surprised.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I was surprised, dude. And I'm like, okay, and I guess I'm gonna do this anyway, you know. And went up there. I was smoking. I used to smoke cigarettes back there, and they let me smoke my menthol up there. I'm like, you know, yeah. I mean, come on, man. I'm the last, you know.
Yeah, true.
Dude, we got hillbilly genetics. Like my genes are probably, I don't know, pork fat and fucking menthol strands or something at this point. You know, it's like, you know, the type of genes where you know you're getting cancer, but you're not dying of it.
Oh, okay.
You know, you're gonna die of a heart attack. That's what's gonna happen. But yeah, that's what got me to start going on stage. And I'm at the Blackthorn, and I went ahead and went up, man. And I wrote some stuff, probably for like a good 6 months before I went up.
Okay.
Some jokes like talking about Liam Neeson and all this stuff.
Was this your first time?
Very first time, man. I went up and did really good. Like I wouldn't say, you know, didn't kill or anything, but I did good, you know, and I got some encouragement from some of the local guys. So the next week I went up again and again, and then I moved over to Phoenix, and then I just hit it right away, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we're pretty close to there, so like, you know, you ever been out there?
Dude, I haven't. I've been talking to Cody and Emil about this. We need to, like, we've only done stand up in Yuma.
Okay. Yeah, you know, obviously it is all based on like your time you got, because like that's why I don't go out there as much anymore. Like,
it's a lot of open mics during the week, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot during the week. You won't catch one on Sundays, but unless there's some like at coffee shops. But sorry, the beer's getting to me here.
No, you're good.
Thanks, Dos Equis. The most interesting
beer in the
most interesting beer. But yeah, Phoenix is a good scene though. It's but shit, I'm coming off just doing Phoenix, and that's mostly my scene, you know.
Okay.
And then that one bar, like, you know.
Yeah, I was in Missouri. I was in Springfield for a while.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a nice place.
There was a lot of comedy stores out there. A lot of improvs too. It's a very small place. It's like a I would say like a college town.
Yeah, the Blue Room's out there. Nice
exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, like probably 3 years ago, was the first time I ever went to a comedy store, a comedy club, I guess you would say. And I can't remember the guy's name. It was like Nick, some older white guy. But it was like the first show I ever went to. No one I watch now was ever on the show. Like, it was just some people. I was like, it's a comedy show. Like, go check it out. But now I'm hearing a lot of comedians are going out there now.
Yeah, no, the Midwest is popping for comedy nowadays, man. Like, when I was coming up, the guy's name is I'm doing good with remembering today.
I'm doing
the
terrible.
Copenhagen Bandit. That guy is hilarious, man. Copenhagen Bandit, man. Like, I like that kind of stuff. Like, I like that kind of humor though, like that Midwest, because like I said, my parents are from Arkansas. Like, when I grew up, dude, we watched a lot of like Larry the Cable Guy, you know, like over and over, because it's DVD world, you know, like there's no Netflix and all that. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah, I'm 34. I'm not that much older than you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that was a different time though. We can get on that subject if you want, but that was a different time. But yeah, that's what I grew up watching. So yeah, check him out, Copenhagen Bandit. That, you know, and it's funny though, because, you know, he was already getting paid to do his stuff, and he was saying like, "Oh, I'm going full time now." You know, when he went up there, I hope he's still doing it full time too. It's very funny. But he probably doesn't remember that. Honestly, if he wouldn't have came up and encouraged me after, like, I might not have even recognized that I did okay. You know, and
I feel that
it was funny enough to, hey, keep doing it. You know what I mean? And, you know, when someone is funny enough to keep doing it, tell them, you know, don't lie to people. You know.
Yeah, dude, I get you.
Yeah,
and that's how it was. Like, when the first time I did a Red Moon show, Cody was there. Cody Beeson.
Cody's funny,
and he's the one that he, like you said, after I was just like, I think I did okay, and obviously it's my first time, so my family, my cousins and stuff are all there because I'm from here, so a lot of family's here, so they all came to watch. And obviously they're like, you know, yeah, it was good, it was cool, you were up there, like, but I didn't get anything legit from it because I was like, you guys don't know, like, you guys are just happy that I fucking went up there. I could have bombed and you guys would have been like, you did good. So I didn't really take anything from that. It wasn't until Cody came up and he was like, "Hey man, like you should come." At that point he had already done one airport show I hadn't gone to.
Okay.
And so he was like, "Hey, next month we're gonna do an airport show. You should come." And I was like, "Yeah, man, for sure." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, you did pretty good." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "I didn't." And same thing. Like I was like, I didn't bomb, but I didn't kill. And so I was just like, "All right, cool. Like I'll go." And I think because of him, honestly, because of Cody, like I've continued this. Because like if it wasn't for him, after that show, I probably would have waited for another Red Moon show, which have never have came, it would have never have came. And so thanks to Cody and putting on the airport shows, and then him telling me like, "Bro, you should come out." And it could have been, because when I went, dude, when we first started the airport shows, there was 3 of us.
Yeah.
From 7 to 9 was 3 of us. I mean, we would each just go up for however long we want. We would just rant and just be terrible. And then like it'd only be like 7:30. And he'd be like, "Oh, if anyone wants to come up," and we'd end it like at 7:30.
Okay, and then people started coming.
And then people started coming. So, but like, and then from that point on, that's when I was like, that's when Cody was telling me, he's like, "Bro," he's like, "just keep coming to these shows." So I don't know if he was telling me like, "You're good, keep doing it," or just like, "Hey, bro, I need people. Like, can you please come back?"
Well, I think you're funny.
Well, thank you.
And I think that show is actually pretty legit, man. Like, there's a few times you go in there's like 40 plus people.
The airport show?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you,
nice.
like me, Cody, and then like 2 other guys. We've been there from the first few times that he started to now. It's insane. Like the number of people that we go that actually go up on stage, the number of people that actually show up, like it's night and day.
Yeah, man, it is, and the open mic circuit too, man. It can be harsh sometimes, but that show is like it's very like my brother was the heckler. I don't know if I introduced.
Oh,
you.
With the black son. Or black was it black nephew?
That's my son. Yeah.
Oh, that's your
my son, bro. Yeah. No, it's okay. It doesn't bother me, bro.
Okay, no, because I forgot. I remember now because I remember I said something and he was like. Yeah. He had said something. I was like, "Bro," I was like, "You can't say it. It's a little racist." He's like, "It's not racist." He's like, "I have a black nephew."
Dude, he usually doesn't drink, and he drank like a lot.
No, he was cool though. He was. I don't see.
It was bad because well, yeah. Not to interrupt you, but I'm up there, right? And he started talking. I heard he's gonna do it, bro. So I called him out. So I made sure to call him out. Hey, where you come from, Joe Dirt, whatever. But this lady next to him, I'm like, "Oh, we have a heckler," and she's like right there. She's like, "Yeah," and he's fucking ruining the show. Oh. And I was just like, damn, well, now I got to get him.
Yeah, you got to shut him down.
Now I got to get him. And I can't say he's my brother. I got to just get him. And,
that makes sense.
But he's a good sport, man. He's a good sport. But I thought it was really funny that, I'm like, the second time I bring you, you're going to heckle everybody. Like, what's these new people trying to do the open mic? They're like, what the fuck is going on? Because I had that happen a lot, man. Like, man. Like,
I think
it's not fun.
So, like, when I first started comedy, for the first, like, 3 or 4 times, I had no issues. No one interrupted, nothing, no hecklers. But that was always a big fear, like how will I deal with a heckler. And I've had like some, but they're not bad. They're not like, "Boo, you suck," or "Get off." Like they're just more of like they just kind of put input their 2 cents, kind of put their input. And but the more I kind of like hecklers. I kind of want a heckler,
right? Yeah.
Because if I get to a point where I'm like, well, that was supposed to be funny, no one laughed, I guess I got to go to the next one. But if I get a heckler at that point, it's like, okay, we'll work with this, and that could be the end of the show.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes off with whoever that guy or girl, whatever the fuck it is. But I prefer, I like hecklers. I don't mind it. But I also haven't dealt with anyone like your brother. He wasn't anyone bad. He was just trying to be a part of the show, not like trying to interrupt or nothing.
Yeah.
So like, it was totally cool. I've had one at, I did one at Cafecito one time. They had like a First Friday, a little coffee shop downtown.
Yeah, I know exactly what
you're talking about. So they had a First Friday. So I did one and there was like a guy, that wasn't even, he was like on the outside of the gate, just like talking shit. But the more I started acknowledging him and talking to him, and people would look back, and once he realized like, oh shit, people are looking at me, like he kind of calmed down.
Once he got the attention, he was like, okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, I don't understand hecklers. I could never be one. I'm more of just you do your thing. I'm gonna sit here. I'll laugh. I won't laugh. That's all good. But like, whenever I see people like want to be a part of the show, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like
you have to be drunk, because like the first time I went to the Comedy Store in LA, we went and saw a big show. Me and Cody went, and I remember there was like one guy that was heckling, and I'm like, bro, you're at like one of the world's famous comedy stores,
right?
Like, what are you doing? Like and then it was like the night that Bill Burr came out, and he was heckling Bill Burr. I'm like, bro, like, do you want that kind of attention? Like, that's so embarrassing, you know? Like, what are you getting out of this?
Yeah, what are you getting out of that?
Because and none
Aspiring comedians.
of the yeah, and none of the yeah. They're like, yeah, you should come. I think that's my biggest fear. You ever think about like if you have a heckler and they're talking shit and you're like, you know, you think this is easy? You come up here and they come up there and they're like better than you.
Just kill. Just walk away and never come back.
You just leave.
Give the money back. Fuck it.
Give the money to him. I guess he's fucking funny.
Take this guy, man. He's funnier than me. That's that's a good go-to. You know, just you wanna come up here? Here, give him the mic. Like actually, just give it to him. That's a good one.
I mean, I don't know, but what if the guy goes up there?
I've never done. Yeah, what if he does kill? What if he does? Oh man, this thing's
better than you.
I don't know. I think I might be a little upset, but at the same time, maybe I'd ask him to do a show with me.
Hey, then you create a friendship.
Yeah, create a friendship from a heckler. But no, you know, that's just attention seeking, right? Like we're up there attention seeking, and then they're in the crowd and they're like, "Well, I'm not getting attention. I need attention." You know, so maybe they should be comedians.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but they're just not funny.
Yeah,
a lot of them. They just talk shit. There's a difference between being a good shit talker and being a good stand-up comedian. Or even telling jokes well, right? Because like we're talking about like the people going up and telling old jokes.
Yeah,
I can't tell those jokes as well as that older guy.
Yeah, you have to really put like feeling and emotion.
But obviously, you can't come up with your own original jokes. So no, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Your old ass brain. No,
it's like, do you want to steal someone's joke and be hilarious, or do you want to make up your own shit and like bomb? It's like
I'm
really
gonna go up there and just Joe Biden it one day. Just say I do random shit that I don't do.
Yeah,
you know,
just get political with it.
No. Just, dude, I can't stand. I used to write like so many political jokes.
I know nothing about politics. Yeah. I never vote. I voted one time in like freshman year, and it was for extra credit.
Yeah.
They were like, if you bring back the sticker, you'll get credit. So I actually went. And like, and that was the first time I actually voted. So I remember like, I was like, I thought it was just who do you want to win, this person or this person? Yeah. But there's like, who you got to do like the president, the chief of staff. You got to do like the vice president. You got to vote on laws. I'm like, whoa, like what if I pick the wrong thing? You know, what if I'm the one that tips it over? You know,
what if I'm the one that ruins the economy?
Yeah, rape for priests is okay.
Oh my god, dude. Man Love Association or whatever that was on South Park. They did that.
Oh, it is. Oh, I don't know. I just assume like there's like weird fucking laws and I'm just gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah, no. I joke about that a lot with my brother. Actually, I'm like, the way things are going, like politically, one day, you know, pedophilia is gonna be like a recognized class. Like, I'm a pedophile. Like, you can't stop. I identify as 13 or like I don't. You know, yeah, like, okay, I don't know. I get a little worried, man. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I always tell my kid, man, I'm like, I don't know if it was that military shit, but I'm like, keep your head on a swivel. Dude. Watch out, man. Keep your cardio going. You think a zombie apocalypse is scary? Wait till a damn pedophile is chasing you. Those motherfuckers got cardio, man. Even the fat ones got cardio.
Well, your son's black, so you got to worry about the cops. Just
kidding. They'll sick some of those puppies on you and eat some of that candy. They're right behind you. No, I train him, man. I take him out in the yard, just chase him around a few times.
You're like, if I catch you, no dinner tonight.
If I catch you, you go in the closet for an hour. He's like, that's run away from the pedophile game, kids. All right, go home and play it. Teach your kids. That's good parenting. Okay. I hope CPS isn't listening.
Have you ever seen those like YouTubers that do like they'll find some parents with their kids at a park and they'll be like, hey, like I'm this YouTuber or whatever. I'm gonna stage a kidnapping. I want your okay. And they're like, yeah. And they're like, I'm gonna bring them right back to you. We just want to see like how the kid. No. You ever seen those videos?
No, I haven't. No.
Dude, yeah, there's videos and like I'm just like this is fucked up as a parent to be like, yeah, that's fine. Like they're like, you know, hey, we're gonna steal your kid off the park. We're gonna throw him in the van and then we'll bring him back out to you. And then we're just gonna talk to him and be like, why would you go with him? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and like I see this show and I'm like, those parents are kind of fucked up because that's a traumatic thing.
But the young man was so handsome. It's like the famous last words, you know, before you go into the vehicle.
Or the last words of the parents were,
he just wanted help with his surfboard.
Yeah. No, the parents are like, well, he said it was a prank, but he never came back.
I think he's coming back. I'll send my email to his YouTube.
It's been 3 days now. Got
1 subscriber.
It's like, oh, fuck.
This buddy Haba Dabu or whatever the fuck. And your kid's gone, man. The Tate brothers got your kid.
The Tate brothers.
Trafficking him. Hey, no, I know. No, I'm just kidding. Let me not say that.
How do you feel about the Tate brothers?
Oh my god!
Since you brought it up.
Damn, that's my bad. I shouldn't have done that.
No, it's all good. I like them.
I don't really like, dude. My whole opinion on them is like, you're not really saying anything that machismo guys weren't saying in the 90s when I was growing up as a kid.
That's pretty much what it is, huh?
So, I mean, man, I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, like you see him in interviews or when he's running for office or whatever. He's got a suit on, he's smoking a cigar. He's cheating on his girl because he's rich. You don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Like, some of the stuff, like, is silly to me and it's funny and I can see through it. And I'm like, okay, that's part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know? But the same time, like I said, though, it's nothing that I didn't hear growing up every day, you know, from my dad, from my uncles, you know, all that stuff. Because my dad and my uncles, they own businesses, you know, they were doing pretty good, you know, with themselves. So they had like a similar
and the wives
thought process. And I think a lot of that is also, I don't want to say Muslim influence. It's just kind of like religious influence in general, the way he's talking. It's nothing new, you know, like. And I also don't think there's anything wrong with what he's saying. I just think if you don't agree, you don't agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with him telling kids, you know, or young people, whatever they're trying to say, because that is his main audience, you know, young men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, like, work out, try to make more money, you know.
What's wrong with that?
Get into a trade. There's nothing wrong with that. Make money, you know, like do what you got to do. To escape the matrix, you know. I mean, he phrases it well. The guy knows how to talk and stuff. He knows what he's doing, and I don't agree with everything he says. And you know, when my kid, he's 14, you know, and he asked me about it, you know, or we watched something about him together, and he's like, I'm like, well, I don't agree with that, and this is why. I just tell him my opinion.
That's good. Yeah.
People form their own opinions as you grow up. We all did, you know. And usually the people who try to yell at us to listen to their opinion, you no longer did later.
Yeah, because the way they came off and shit.
Yeah, you just try to, you know, well, I don't agree with that and this is why, you know. And there's nothing, what the guy is saying is really nothing wrong. Now, I don't really agree with the thought process of like, oh, if you make more money, it's okay to like cheat and stuff. And that's just my opinion. Like,
yeah.
You know, that's just because I just want to, you know, if I'm with you, I'm with you. If I'm rich, I'm still with you. You know, it doesn't give me the right to cheat on you, just like it doesn't give you the right to cheat on me just because you look good or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you're on Instagram or something. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just a whole nother thing in general is, I mean, it's Andrew Tate. I will joke around sometimes since they went to jail, you know, because he's the top G, and I'm like, well, now he's the bottom B. You know?
That's true, yeah.
He might not like that, but that's all right.
No, I don't.
Hey,
like,
man, the Taint twins are in jail, man.
That's
all I'm saying, bro.
Dude, so like, and that's the thing too is like with them, like when they first came off, I think they were just annoying. It was just like they were just like telling us like girls shouldn't be able to drive. They should be. I remember he said this one thing where like every morning Andrew Tate, he's asked for 2 coffees.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I always ask for 2 coffees from my women. He's like, one because I'm gonna drink it, and the other one just in case I do want it. Then it's right there. And then someone was like, well, what if it's like cold by the time you get to it? He's like, well, then I have my girlfriend or wife make me another thing of coffee. And then I get mad at her for why my other coffee was cold. Like,
see, to me, that's funny.
It is funny.
That's a character.
That's I fell in love with his character. And then I found out like he is kind of somewhat like that, but he also has good points.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't think of any right now, but
no, I mean, we just said it like that. You know, rich people want to keep you poor. I mean, that's
true.
This shit people have been saying for a long time. MLK, you know, all these people. He's just rapping it in a goofy message, you know.
Yeah.
It's you know, but this shit that's going on with him in prison with his brother, I do feel kind of like weird about it because it's like, okay, where's the evidence at this point about it?
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm not Romanian. Like, I don't know the legal system.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. I just know that the guy's been on the internet. I know the internet has fucked up a lot of stuff, to my opinion. You know, it's like, it's just set so many weird standards in people's minds of things that they need to try to meet that don't even exist in the first place. Yeah, it's like, you see all these people, for coming from a guy's perspective, especially from because that's what I am.
Hold on, fuck.
Ready,
ooh, that was good. Do you want to clap in? Do you want me to do that, or you want to do that, or that doesn't bother? You don't need that.
No, map shit up.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
He'll map it up.
Ah!
Ow!
There you go. You can use that.
My eardrums. I got workman's comp for this.
Sorry. You can contact HR.
This is a comedy podcast, so I don't think you get covered for comedy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a slave trade. God damn it.
Yo, you think I could get what's it called?
Just get up on stage and you get to laugh at me.
Do you think I could get what's that thing called where you like own a business?
An LLC?
Do you think I should do that for the podcast?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
They don't do that in Arkansas.
Bro, in Arkansas,
you just write your name on it like that's mine.
Bro, the family tree is a stump, dog. You got 2 branches touching. The form leaves falling off. I don't want to say too much more. It's all right.
Oh, man.
I don't want to call out family by name.
All right, fair enough. You ever see what's that show? The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Sounds like some Hills Have Eyes shit. I don't know,
you know what I'm talking about? Dude, it's a documentary. I'm all, yeah, how you never seen this? No, dude, it's a documentary. It's about like these like redneck people in West Virginia, and like some of them are inbred.
All right,
you got to watch it. I don't want to explain too much more because it's very like twists and turns. Like it's funny because they make this documentary, but it's also like literally it's nothing scripted. It's all how these people are living their lives, and it's and it's like crazy. Like there's no like it's all their normal lives, and people are just like, oh my god, this is fascinating. You got to watch it though. Like it goes from this girl, one of the daughters that's pregnant by the uncle is in prison now, and they had the baby in prison. Right. So when she got out, she couldn't get a hold of the baby.
I'm afraid I might see a family member, bro. I don't know. Grandma, what do you think?
Grandma,
you still alive, bitch? What happened? I went to your funeral. What's going on? See, that's that cancer. It doesn't kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the genes I talked about earlier. Those hillbilly genes, bro.
Heart attack.
Bro, heart attack is going to get every man in America. I'm adding to my heart attack right now.
Yo, real quick, speaking of, have you seen that recently they're saying a lot of males are getting colon cancer?
Bro, I think I got it.
Wait, is it colon cancer? Like butt cancer?
My fart smells so bad, dude. Like that shit is toxic.
That's a dude. What? No lie. Like I have some nasty farts. Like my girl.
You look like it.
Wow. What does that mean?
You look like you got sewage farts, dog.
What? Do I stink?
No.
Am I dirty?
I can't answer that, bro.
No. What does that mean? No. Now you gotta elaborate.
No. That's a joke.
Nah, fool. What the fuck you mean? We got beef, dog.
The beef is what's doing it.
The
beef is what's doing it, bro. We're eating too much shit. That's what it is.
Damn.
Bro, I don't want to get colon cancer though.
No, I don't either. Oh, what I was getting at though was like they're finding it in like a lot of young males. Like normally before it was like I think they said by like when you turn 40, that's when you should get like your first like inspection. Mm. And now they want to lower the number to like 30.
I'm 4 years past. My ass hurts all the time.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm at the perfect age, so I don't know if I should go do it. I'm 29. I'll be 30 this year.
My tailbone hurts right now. Let's go.
Do you think it hurts?
Go to the ER right now. Dude, I need to go get checked right now. This is an existential thing you're putting me into right now. You're scaring me now.
Dude, that's what I was saying because I was like, man, should I go get checked?
I'm getting checked. That's not even a joke. I got an appointment next month to get checked.
For colon cancer?
And I'm burping like crazy. That's the colon cancer. So. It's burping out.
Bad marketing for Modelo.
Bro, Modelo is not your fault. It's not your fault. That's me and my bad decisions for that. That's too much McDonald's for 10 years.
I wish we could blur out the logos. That way I could be like, nah, like I'm not gonna shout them out until they pay me.
Hey, they're not paying us to shout them out. I like Modelo.
Yeah. Bleep out every time we say.
I don't know. I feel like that was a. Now I'm just scared. I think we should go in right now.
I think so.
I think we should go do it right now. Hey, you got a glove? Let's just check.
We'll make a vlog. We'll add to this episode. What if we paused it right here? Me and you made an appointment, went, did it, recorded everything, at least as much as we could.
Yeah.
And then edit it into the episode where it's like a little montage, and then it goes back to like, how's your ass?
Sore.
We all have like those fucking balloons that you have to sit on.
We shouldn't have went to Mexico, dog.
It was cheaper.
It was cheaper, and I don't know what happened.
All right, I have a question.
Okay, answer.
I remembered you brushed upon the fact that you were in the military, and I didn't know this about you.
Yeah, I was in the Navy for 4 years.
Active or guard or
Active. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cheers.
Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. You were in too as well, right?
Yeah.
What did you say? Army.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was Navy, and you were Marines.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy off camera.
Oh yeah, the guy
off camera.
We got to give him a different name.
I don't know.
I'll
think about it.
We'll think of something.
We'll think about it. Spider-Man's sidekick. The new sidekick.
Peter.
And I'm the new Spider-Man. All right, let's do that. Yeah. Peter, dude, that shit is. I'm getting tired of these superhero movies, bro.
I don't watch them anymore either.
Dude,
last one I watched was Justice League.
20 years of it
in black and white.
Black and white. Yeah, that one wasn't bad. But I'm just sitting here. I'm like, man, as a kid, I was like so like always wanting to see it on live action, and now I'm just done.
Yeah. Did you watch the cartoons growing up?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. I had them on VHS.
Really?
Dude, when the first Spider, he's still my favorite Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Shout out to Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, best Spider-Man.
Yeah, mine too.
And when that movie came out, I didn't get to see that one in theater, so my parents brought it home on VHS. And in 24 hours, I watched it so many times, I destroyed the tape in the VHS, bro. And so for me, it was like those kind of things were like, oh my god, it was such a moment. And then now I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? I don't want to see another Marvel movie.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because it just became so. Not that the characters are bad or anything, or that the comics have lost. The comics are still good, but it's just, you're watching the same formula every single time.
Yeah.
And it's like corporations. It's like Walmartizing comic books. Something that was something that was supposed to be rebellious was like, I read comics, and people were like, either you're an effing nerd or that's not really literature or whatever. And in reality, it's like right now it's the most influential literature probably in the world if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's watching these movies, and they come from comic books, from these nerds,
Yeah.
From the people like, it's very similar to comedy. Really, it's comedy's not considered an art to most people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a craft. You're just talking about dick jokes. But in reality, those people can't stand up on stage and tell a joke and make people laugh. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
So, it's it just kind of sucks to see that it ran its phase for me, and maybe not for the young people, but, I'm 34, I'm almost 40. Maybe it's time I don't watch cartoons. Maybe it's about time to grow up and stop smoking weed and drinking Modelo's in here with you.
On a podcast.
No, I'm not doing that.
Doing stand-up at 29. Back.
Hey, man, you know what? As long as you're taking care of your stuff, there's no different from you doing that or you having any other hobby.
Yeah, I guess, but this one's a little different. Like I told you, I've like not gone to like birthday parties for.
It's because you're serious about it. Because like if you get the opportunity, you're gonna take advantage of it, and that's the path you're on. And it seems like it's like a long-term path, obviously. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm right there with you, man. Like I'm just gonna keep doing it. And if I never got famous in my life of comedy, it's still something I'm gonna do. I told you, for me, it's like going. I don't go to church. It's like going to church for me. I get to feel good about it after.
Yeah.
But I'm the preacher.
Yeah.
The difference is I'm telling you jokes, and I'm not telling you a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take I'm trying to take your money at some point, but usually, you can still see it for free sometimes. I identify as God. Give me your 10%.
Oh, once again, you brushed over. How was the Navy? What'd you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I always forget about
job?
that, bro, because I just like.
I'm always interested
whatever.
about that.
I was a cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What are the odds?
Yeah.
I was too.
Oh, you were a cook as well?
For the first 3. So I was in 7 years.
Okay.
The first like 3 years, I was a cook,
and
I hated it a lot. And I think it. I don't think it matters like what branch you're in, but I think it's all about the same experience. So I'm pretty sure some things you hated are the same things I hated.
right? Super early.
Or did you
hours.
like it? Did you like it?
I honestly, I liked. I did like being a cook because I got like unlimited food, so it was awesome.
Yeah, that was the benefits. Yeah.
Yeah. The things I didn't like were just things that, just the Navy in general. I'm just the kind of guy like I. That's why I think I teeter more towards something like this and business and stuff, and not 9 to 5s and stuff. I absolutely hate jobs and stuff, and I didn't like being in the military because I don't like anything where somebody is telling me that I have to do this. Like, and I don't know if that's the way I grew up because I had that over me at all times. You know, like always being told what to do, always being petrified if I didn't do it. You know, and then now that I'm older, I'm like in the military, I got in trouble a lot because of just saying like "fuck you" to leadership, and it was really for no reason. It was nothing they were doing. It was just me, you know, not fitting into that atmosphere. So so I ended up getting out. Yeah, so I guess I didn't really like it in the long run.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see myself staying in there for that long and being forced to go overseas when I don't want to and all this stuff. Although the experience was dope, like for the 4 years. I think it's one of those things that they do it right. I think that's the right way to do it, the 4 years. Because then you learn a little bit of responsibility where you can buckle down in life and do something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
If that's your, like my personality, that helped me with that. So that I can still support myself, you know, even though I'm doing other adventurous endeavors, which is also something that's like a personality marker for someone who's going into the military. They like adventurous stuff, you know.
Yeah, true.
You're trying to get excitement to some degree, or you're just trying to get benefits for your 5 kids. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know? Trying to get out of your whole bunk town. That's another story, I guess. But for me, it was like, I always thought about it like, oh, I want excitement and stuff. I never thought about it as like, oh, I want to go kill somebody or something like that. That never crossed my mind. But I was like, oh, I'll get to travel. You know, I'll be able to take care of this kid I got on the way. It's my 14-year-old now.
Okay.
You know, back then I didn't believe in abortion. So if I had a time machine, no, I'm fucking around.
He's going to watch
Hey,
this.
he's ruining all my socks, dog.
Oh,
Every
inside joke,
Inside joke, yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
it's an outside joke. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Dude, I just saw a video where this lady was taking out socks from underneath her son's bed.
I seen that.
She clacked them together.
Yeah, I saw that today. She's hitting them on the trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, that reminded me of you.
Hamburger Hill, man.
Damn.
Socks.
You know what, though? Was that a thing for you, though?
Fucking socks?
A sock yeah.
Bro, yeah, who hasn't? You know,
I maybe did it like once or twice and like.
The camera guy knows he did it. Yeah. the guy on the keys, yeah. He's the guy in the kid in the sock.
Oh.
He looks like a right sock type guy. There is a right and a left sock. Did you know that?
Also, do you use crew socks or do you use the short ones? You use the no-shows? Use the ballerina socks?
Oh, bro, if I could get it, I'd get a waist sock just to make myself feel like one day I'll fit when I was a kid. But I was always on the knee sock, the Hanes 100% cotton with the red stripe on the top. That was the one I used. I remember it vividly.
That's a long sock.
That's a long sock with a whole lot of hope. You know, never get there. That's life, though. You know, you hope, but you don't get there all the way. You get 50% of what you want. There you go. Shoot for 50%. Never even made it to that, but it's okay. That's a big sock, bro. Hey, I don't know how we got on the sock so hard. I don't know.
Oh,
that's me.
I'm gonna have a kid.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have any advice for me? This is something I want to get to on. If I get dads on here, that's like a big question I want to ask. Just to prepare myself.
My point of view: spend as much time as you can with your children. Like, and that's other people tell you that too, I bet. But a lot of times we don't. Like, try to not let yourself sit there and be, get in those moods of like, I'm inconvenienced by my kid crying and all this shit, even though you're going to be tired, you're going to be, you're going to be frustrated by the noise, whatever. Like, always try to ground yourself, in the moment and just enjoy having your family, and enjoy having your kids around,
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be too deep with it, but you just never know. I lost somebody recently, it wasn't a kid. It was somebody that I considered a father figure. He died in November 17th. And that really hit me, and I was like, dang, like I really need to appreciate the people around me more, and that goes for our children especially, you know, like because there's so many influences too. That's not only, you know, could you pass or they pass, but there's also all these things if you're not with your kids with the time that you got, you know, they're gonna be looking at other stuff, getting that from somewhere else, that attention. So, you know, I guess that's my advice. The other stuff will come. Just make sure you feed them. You know.
Man.
Not after midnight though.
Ever since I found out, I'm always like every day there's something new I think about that I'm gonna have to experience with. So I'm gonna have a boy.
Right.
So now I'm like fully like okay, like, you know, teaching him how to ride a bike. Yep. Like every day or every so often, I just randomly think of things like, oh man, I'm gonna have to teach him this, and like it's crazy to think about it, like, because I've always been one that I get everything from my parents.
Yeah.
And now to teach a kid that I'm not even 100% sure, like, if what I did was right, but this is what I did and I got away with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'll teach the kid. And I don't know, it just feels weird. Like, I don't want to set him up for, like, failure.
I know, and your first kid is, like, the one you make all the mistakes, you know? So,
yeah. Yeah, so I guess I can think about it that way and just kind of, like,
it's an open mic. Yeah. It's an open mic of parenting, you know? You're practicing. You know? So
yeah.
If you drop them a few times, don't stress. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, dude, that's another thing too. Is like, my girl was telling me like, oh, like I can't wait till like, or like, there's gonna be a day like when you know the kid falls off the bed or something,
Man. Yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, that's never gonna happen. And she's like, no, like it happens. It's like as much as you want to be there at all times, like it's gonna happen, and I can't prepare myself for that. Yeah. Like I think about it now, like I have dogs, and not that I'm comparing dogs to kids. But, like, I can just imagine, like, whenever I yell at, like, one of my dogs, right away I feel bad.
Yeah.
Or, like, if I accidentally step on them or something, or if they, like, fall off the couch and, like, hurt themselves. Like, I feel bad, like, because all they feel is, like, terrible.
Yeah.
And, like, I can only imagine having a kid and dealing with that. And actually and now that I'm going to have a kid, that's changed a lot of things that I've thought about, too. With, like, before people would talk about scenarios like, what would you do if your kid did this? And it really didn't affect me. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't understand what the problem is. But now that I'm about to have a kid, and I think about, like, well, that whatever happens to that kid kind of affects me. So now I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, it's just like, to me, it's like more things I got to think about and worry about.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's true.
Obviously, I've been thinking about it a lot.
Being a parent is it's a lot, man. It's a lot to think about.
I blacked out for a second.
Yeah, you're good, man. No, parenting will do that to you. Make you go in DMV brain. But you just have to remember that it's all programmed in you in the first place to be a parent. So you got it. And I mean, yeah, I got the same worries a lot of times because I got a 2-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I look at my 14-year-old, I'm like, damn, like I fucked up on some of this stuff.
He's a good kid though.
He's a good kid overall, but still, he's not. I feel like he's not the bright. No, I'm totally kidding. No, I want him to see this so he can laugh with me. No, he's a great kid. And then I have my 2-year-old, and I'm definitely a better parent now.
Yeah.
Than I was with my 14-year-old.
Okay,
when he was the same age, and I would hope that I would get better at something I'm doing.
Yeah.
Again, and that's all you can do, and just keep your kids safe. That's all. Keep your kids safe.
Oh yeah,
feed them sometimes.
Yeah.
Once in a while. I mean, they can sleep outside some nights. It's all right,
When they want to fucking go camping.
Yeah, go camping. We don't have a yard. It's an apartment.
Go on the balcony. Did you know one time I had went to we went to like a Mexico trip, and like typical Mexicans, we packed like 20 of our family members in like a one like bedroom condo like near the beach in Rosarito, and there were like so many people sleeping everywhere. We literally had people sleeping in the restroom. Me and my uncle, he was like younger, so me and him, we slept out on the balcony of the hotel or whatever, or like the condo that we were in.
Yeah,
and it was cool. So it's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal, man. You can camp like that. My dad used to take us on these like forced camping adventures. like whenever he felt like it, just like randomly, like,
To get away from
all right, well, let's go. Like, we're going fucking camping right after work, and then we're gone for like a week for no reason. Don't we have to go to school? Like, that's kind of yeah, I didn't bring any food. We're just gonna fucking camp and eat. Well, I brought like canned chili, and then we're gonna eat fish that we catch. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. Like, I kind of enjoyed it. We're just like hunting stuff. My dad was like a big hunter like that though, so we'd go camping and stuff like that a lot, fishing a lot because it was raised up in Alaska. But never camped on a balcony of an apartment up there,
Oh.
Yeah, I
just
camped
something-
out front of the trailer. That's all right. With my cousins. No, I'm kidding. Those Arkansas, those cousins from Arkansas. Yeah. I don't know. I hate to rag on Arkansas, man. Yeah. There's just a lot going on down there, though. Yeah. I got family down there. A lot of family down there.
Wait, so how'd you end up in Yuma?
Ended up in Yuma because I went from San Diego to Phoenix. So I was in San Diego for like 12 years after the military. And then I went to Phoenix and I was there for 2 years. And then we found like a cheap place to rent out here. So we were like, oh, well, we'll just move out there because they were raising the rent a lot in our apartment. And so I'm in Yuma. Yeah, that was like a year and some change ago.
Okay.
So, just trying to get used to it out here. Just see how it goes. My kid likes it. My 14-year-old, he really likes the school. I really like where we're at because, we have like a 1/4 acre. We can sit outside and look up. And, you have your own yard and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about waking up your neighbors downstairs or anything like that because, in Phoenix, we lived in an apartment and we always waking up our damn neighbors and stuff. Like, because we have, kid and we have a dog and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yuma's pretty cool. It's a little dusty.
Yeah.
My mouth's dry all the time. I think that's how they get you to buy the water.
And chapstick.
It's a conspiracy. They're creating the dust.
Yo, sometimes I think about that. I think chapstick makes your lips drier.
Dude, that's the ploy. Like, it makes it better for a little bit.
Yeah, like, and
And
after
then
a while,
dry.
yeah, like right now I can feel like it's starting to dry up a little. Like I have to put more and more, which means I have to buy more, which I always end up losing them. No one uses a whole chapstick stick.
Who the fuck uses a whole chapstick?
Yeah, so then I usually end up throwing away and buying another ones.
Dude, I haven't used a whole chapstick in my life. I've never got to the bottom of a chapstick. But then I always buy new ones.
Never.
That's another thing they get you on, right? It's the big chapstick company.
The big conspiracy.
That's where we're at. Yeah, we're at the big chapstick.
And it's something you can't make any bigger because then that would just look goofy.
No,
Like a big-
I don't know why that brings up the thought, but have you? What's your opinion on all this, like going to Mars and supposedly they're gonna, restart humanity?
The only thing I'm worried about is like, are they trying to gather people to take over there and then just blow us up, like erase everything they fucked up here?
Right, just take
Is
the
that-
rich folks and then blow us up.
Yeah. And just start like a whole new thing, or like slowly we're gonna either take people there, or this will be like a second, like maybe that Mars will be somewhere livable,
Right.
and then we can also chill here, like they won't fuck with us. That'd be cool.
Hey, that'd be I don't know. That would mean that something detrimental is happening, though. If they did really
To get
wanna
away from
go
here.
populate Mars, and it's like this whole thing of Elon Musk being like the savior. I find that kind of funny too. It's all like a product of TV and social media and stuff, right? This guy who's an engineer and he bought a company out, and now he's like the savior of the world in some people's eyes, and he's gonna take us to Mars and
Kind
all
of
this stuff.
sounds.
It's so weird, man. It's like we have all this technology and all these things that made us seem smart, and a lot of people are very, like tribal in their thinking, I guess, the way they follow people.
Yeah.
It's like even with politics, dude. Like there's people who follow the politicians just like, oh my god, like they are some religious figure. It's like that's just some guy who's trying to run for office. Or
Everything's a cult.
Some gal. Yeah, it's all very weird. So I guess that's just in us. It's inside that menthol strand. To worship some sort of idol. I guess if it's not a politician or a religious idol, it's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
So I know a guy on Facebook, man. This guy, Every post is Johnny Depp.
What about him?
Just everything. You know, it's like, oh, look at my brand new Johnny Depp T-shirt, or like some quote with a picture of Johnny Depp, like,
is he just a big fan?
Live your life to the whatever, and it's like Johnny Depp's. You know,
is he just like a big fan, or
he's
what?
just a huge obsessed person with Johnny Depp. Yeah. I don't even know why I'm bringing that guy up. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not
random,
naming
that's
names.
Cool, though.
I'm not naming. He's not gonna see. Well, he might see it. I hope he sees it.
I hope he does too.
But I hope Johnny Depp sees it.
I hope he does too.
And he knows that guy's a big fan. But I'm not gonna name that guy's name.
Well, he'll never know
He'll never know. You got big fans, Johnny Depp. All right. You got giant fans, like Michael Jackson level fans.
You said you're into movies, right?
Into movies? Yeah, I watch movies. Yeah.
But like, would you say like a movie guy?
Yeah, I'm a movie guy. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I watch a lot of movies. Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie?
I don't like horror, but my favorite horror movies. Yeah, the only reason I like got fed up with it is just you know, I just don't want to be scared. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I like, you know, I'll watch a horror movie, and then if I have to, and with somebody, and I'll watch something after, like a cartoon or something to make me, you know, so I can go sleepy.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, but I have a favorite horror movie.
Okay, what is it?
It's Hellraiser.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, those are good movies, man. Those always got me, and they were interesting at the same time. Like, and they're very scary.
Did you watch the recent one that came out?
I did not. No,
I haven't even watched it either.
No, and I'm not into them to the point where I know anybody's name as an actor or anything. You know, thing like that. A favorite movie, though, I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite movie.
Comedy?
There's so many movies. The movie I watch the most, though, is comedy. Oh man, that's a good one. Probably like Hear No Evil, See No Evil. That's a really good movie with Richard Pryor.
I've never seen that.
And I'm having a drunk brain fart, but dude that played on the original Willy Wonka. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Yeah.
Yeah, really good movie. Really, it's an old one. I guess like a newer one would probably be like Step Brothers. That's a classic.
That's a classic.
That's a classic, right? There's just so many good comedies. I can't even pick a favorite movie though, because there's so many good movies. I mean, there's so many shit movies too. But
do you like stupid comedy like Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh yeah, yeah. Love that kind of like.
I like Nacho Libre.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, silly stuff. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because the other day I tried. My girl had never seen Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
And she was watching it, and she was like, "This is so stupid. Like, it's not even funny." I was like, "But it's like a different kind of funny. It's like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like you just let what they say, like let them say it in the way they say it, and like it's funny.
Just laugh.
Don't think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, but then I thought about it because then I watched Napoleon Dynamite the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of similar too."
Yeah, it's a similar kind of humor.
Like, there's just a lot of random shit that, like, after the scene's over, you're like, what was all that about? Like, it has nothing to do with the story. It was just a random scene they went to, and then it just kind of kept going.
Yeah, dude, it's like a lot of people don't like Adam Sandler stuff. You know?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just saw that recently.
Yeah, that's like, now everybody's like a super critic of everything.
Oh, okay.
You know, everything sucks now. You know, I got a 14-year-old dude who tells me everything sucks, and he hasn't even seen it. Well, I heard it sucked. I'm like, did you watch it? Did you play it? Whatever. No, I haven't played it yet. It's like, okay. So how the fuck do you know it sucks? Like, like I said, man, like you don't like peanut butter, but you haven't had a Reese cup. Like, just try it, man. Or he'll like, or the new thing is like watching people play a game instead of just playing the game.
I kind of caught on to that recently.
Have you caught on to it?
I used to think the same thing. Like
Yeah.
my brother used to watch sort of like Call of Duty and stuff. Like, but other people playing and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, he would watch it for like a long time, and I was like, I don't see, like, just play the game yourself. But then recently, I've been wanting to play the skate game. You know, the skateboard.
Yeah.
But like the legit one, not like the Tony Hawk one, like the skate one.
Skate. Yeah.
Yeah. And but they only have it on like PlayStation whatever and Xbox something. And so there's this guy that he does like challenges in the skate game, like trying to land certain ways or jump over certain things. And now he pops up like on YouTube and stuff. And not YouTube, TikTok. And now he goes live sometimes, and it'll just be like cool stuff. Like, and sometimes I just like to get high and just like sit back and just watch him play the game
Watch
and just
somebody
see
else
if he
play a
can do
game.
it. Yeah, see if can because I see that and I'm like, you could not pay me enough money to just sit there and try to land whatever he's trying to do. Like it's like really crazy technical shit, like fitting in between certain things. Like it's crazy weird stuff. And so I'm like, I would never do it, but it's cool to see this guy because he probably does like a stream for like he probably does it for like 2-3 hours. I maybe watch like an hour of it.
Yeah, it's like my son will watch like speed running on video games, and I'm like, so what the hell is that? You know,
What
he's
is
like,
that? Speed running?
Yeah, he's like showing me, and he's like, oh, you see, like, dude, like glitch through the wall, so he gets through the level right away. Doesn't he have to play the level? I'm like, so cheating? Like, so you're just cheating the game? Like, you're not even playing the damn game, and like
That's
you're gonna play through,
too,
yeah, and like watch the speed run, and then just do the speed run stuff. I'm like, you're not even experiencing the game. But then I try to just realize, I'm like, damn, my parents didn't understand anything either, so I'm like, all right, whatever.
But
I'm them now.
But did you not use cheat codes back in your day? Did you not have a cheat
codes.
code book?
I used.
It's the same thing.
Game Shark.
Dude, I remember like one Tony Hawk. I never even had to play the story mode to unlock anything. I had all the cheat codes to unlock all the characters, all the levels.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no reason to play the story mode.
I guess you're right. Yeah, it is the same thing, and I'm just old now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like parents don't understand Will Smith. Just, I guess he can't use Will Smith anymore. It's like saying that's like quoting a Nazi in the public view now. It's like, he slapped this guy. Kill him. Hey man, like that was kind of fucked up though. I wouldn't want to get slapped by Will Smith.
The Chris Rock slap?
Yeah, I know it's old news, but it just came in my mind. I'm like, that is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I think it was just embarrassing, if anything.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing, and just showed that he was just trying to get out of that marriage, and they coordinated that, right?
Are you into conspiracies?
This is the conspiracy. I'm making it up right now. They coordinated it, right, so that he could get out of his failed marriage because he couldn't escape her grasp. So by being able to have the internet turn on her and get that support to get out of the marriage, that's why he slapped her. Yeah.
Aren't they still together?
Don't even put me into the, I don't know. But
I think they are.
Don't even get me into the conspiracy of Will Smith and Tupac. I mean, I don't even want to go there.
Oh, let's hear it.
Will Smith killed Tupac.
No way.
To get with Jada Pinkett Smith because he got
okay, hold on.
Because he got with Jada Pinkett Smith.
You just said something interesting
like
to me.
Right after Tupac was shot. It was like maybe a year or less. I don't remember the exact dates, but when I did my research,
it was very close.
It lined up.
Okay. Hold on. Let me say this though. What if it was just that Will Smith knew Will Smith was like the good guy, Tupac was the gangster guy, whatever, the rapper. So he knew like, okay, this guy is not heading down the right path and he's with the girl of my dreams. All I got to do is be BFFs with her, stick around long enough because I know that he's going to get into some shit. Because around that time, a lot of those rappers were getting killed. I mean, even now, it's kind of fucked up that it still kind of happens nowadays.
Yeah.
But like people, like it, I just tell my brother the other day, like I trip out that there's like rappers that are making good money from their music and they're touring and stuff, and they're still part of gangs and shit, and they get caught up in that stuff within their music, and like I'm like you've made it, like pay them off or something and get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that's because like the drug money fronted and the rap is the front, right, and then the drug money is the real money.
So like they use rap as like a laundering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, like, well, it's like opening up a shop, like a head shop, but you're selling a bunch of crack at your house and shit because you gotta say this is where the money's coming from.
Yeah, selling.
That's why I got money.
Selling, yeah.
Yeah, because you look at how the quality of some of these rappers that get caught up in this stuff, they just can't rap anyway. Like some of them just suck, so it just feels like they're like, okay, you're gonna be the rapper, you know, that's gonna be your thing, you know. And it seems like a lot of the rappers, like back in the day, were drug dealers, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And now, like a bunch of the rappers are drug addicts.
Yeah.
Like I don't know when the shift came. I think the shift was Lil Wayne, because he was like a dealer and a severe addict at the same time. I feel like, you know, and
like he got high off his own supply.
Yeah, he's like that middleman. You know, he is the middle of the road, and now we're just where if it's a rapper, it's like watching a bodybuilder's career. It's like they're dying at 30, 35. You know, something's gonna happen. Except they're getting shot instead of having a massive heart attack or whatever the fuck.
Well, Juice World.
Yeah, man.
OD'd.
OD. Yeah, dude. Drugs are bad, man. Yeah, those drugs are bad.
Well, I'm not saying they're good, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I have a good friend that came into town, and I'm glad that he came to the last little show, but I'm glad that he got off that shit. He's been clean for like a year and a half.
Is he hanging out with you guys or what?
Yeah, he was just coming out to visit. He's from Alaska. Obviously, he hasn't left in 20 years because of legal trouble. Since we were younger.
He had like an Alaskan jacket. I remember I was like, he looks like comfy.
Yeah.
At the show.
Yeah.
Now that I know it's your brother, I know.
Oh no, that was my brother. I'm talking about. I mean, he's from Alaska. He's from Arkansas originally, but no, my buddy. He was at the bar. No, you probably didn't see him, but.
Oh no, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he just got out of that. And there's a few times, he almost passed and stuff. And then, I'm sure we all know people who died of that stuff.
Yeah.
Heroin and all that stuff,
I know of people, yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of childhood friends that shit consumed,
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that much. I think I know of like friends like of a friend.
Yeah.
But nothing that close.
It's good, man, because it's ever since it started, it just because I know like I have that buddy, it started when he was like a teenager, just because of prescriptions, and that's how it started for a lot of people. Was that shit? I don't know how we got on that subject, but yeah, that's.
I know how, because we need to make it back our way to Will Smith and Tupac.
We need to make our way back to Will Smith and Tupac. Yeah, man.
No, but what I was saying was. What I was saying was that Will Smith, like I said, was a good guy. Tupac was a bad guy.
Okay. Yeah.
And so Will Smith was like, I'm going to hang out with you with Jada Pinkett. I'm going to be your BFF. I'm going to be on the side. I know you're with Tupac, but he's going to die soon because he's not in the best business.
Right.
And so he just kind of slid in. He just was over there. He like planned it out perfectly. I don't think there's no conspiracy. I don't think Will Smith killed Tupac.
I don't know. We'll ask Ancient Aliens to check it out.
Ancient Aliens.
They'll check it out for us. They'll give us the
aliens.
Hey, maybe it's all connected to Elon Musk and the pyramids.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Will Smith's starting the end, the beginning of the end with that slap. That was the signal.
Elon Musk is an alien, right?
Elon Musk looks like an alien.
Or a robot or something.
He is not old enough to look like that, but he doesn't look like a humanoid. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I'm just gonna go there.
I'm not either, but I see stuff and I'm like, that doesn't look right.
It's like looking at Hillary Clinton,
sense.
Man. Like Hillary Clinton, like people say she's a lizard person or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a lizard person.
Exactly.
Maybe they're from the center of the world. That whole conspiracy, the hollow earth.
Well, you're from Alaska, right?
Yeah.
What about what is it, the ice walls? Or you know what I'm talking about? What is it?
I don't even know. The ice caps?
No, they say that like in Alaska, if I think it was if the world was flat, that Alaska has like these high like ice walls that no one can go over or something.
Yeah, dude, it's keeping out the giant snow trolls.
Yeah. Is that like a thing over there?
I don't know. I just made that up. But
no, but that's real. That's the thing. Dude, I've seen so many crazy conspiracies. I've seen one where it was like, Earth is within like another, like we're just like giants are like part of like a bigger Earth around us. We're just like a little. I don't know how to explain it, but like I've heard some crazy things in like. The other day I saw a video about this guy that was explaining like flat earth to me or like in the video. And I kind of like was like, maybe it is flat. Like it really like, that's the thing is like, you can't go against someone that is a hard, like flat earther because like they have their facts. And like, for the most part, like I'm pretty sure like, I don't want to sound crazy. Like 99%, like I'm pretty sure the earth is round, but like, I don't know what to explain to someone like why it is round. It's just like,
right.
I just believe it is.
Right.
So, like, if someone comes at me with all their facts and they're like, this is why the Earth's flat and I'm like, well, I'll lose that battle because I don't know how to explain why the Earth
is flat.
Yeah. I started thinking like, well, I mean, I guess I've never been up that far. Like, I really don't know.
I've never been to space.
I've never been to space.
These pictures could be fake, I guess. All these live streams and stuff from satellites. I mean, I guess
dude. And then I keep seeing like
yeah.
I saw this documentary about this new like camera work they're doing, where like say on this wall they would have like a projector, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it would project like a beach. It'd be like the water right here, and it'd be like you could see out into the distance. And up to this point was like the sand and the water washing up to you. And they had this technology that you would walk up to it and it would show you splashing around in the water. And when they put it up on a camera, like if they filmed a scene, it looked like they were at the beach.
That's how you know the Matrix is real.
So that's what, but what I'm saying is like, that just shows me like the moon landing thing.
Oh,
that could be a thing.
Landing.
Because that starts, I'm like, well, up until this point, I didn't know they fucking had that technology, but now that they do, I can see where they can easily be like, we were on the moon. Yeah, because with that fucking technology, that looks legit.
Maybe they already had that technology.
Dude, and like sometimes like I get to the point like I don't care about that shit. Like I'm just like, I'm never gonna find in my lifetime. I'm never gonna find out if that shit's true or not. I don't know. I'm never gonna find out if aliens are 100% ghosts. All this random shit. I'm never gonna find it out. So I don't try to think about it too much. But I have these days where I'm just like really hard thinking about it, and I'm just like I get like a headache. Like it really fucking fucks with my mental.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate it because I'm just like, no, but why? Like that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? And like the government wouldn't do that. But I guess it kind of you know what I'm saying? And I go crazy.
They're trying to prep you, man, with movies and
then movies
Japanese
too. Yeah.
anime with all the ghosts.
They're
trying to get you with that, bro.
I don't watch anime. No, just ghosts in general.
Yeah,
I think ghosts
I don't know. You're denying that anime pretty hard. I think you're watching it.
No, I really don't like it.
Oh, you don't like it. You don't like all the screaming, huh?
No.
Scary.
I just don't. I don't like the whoa. Wait, no, I can say that. The Asian culture, like of all like anime and stuff like that, it just doesn't like appeal to me. I think it's like
okay.
I only like if I see cartoons, I only like them for childish things.
Yeah.
I think like adult cartoons are weird.
Okay.
I'm not really big into like Family Guy and stuff. Like South Park. Like just the fact that it appeals to younger kids, but the things they say, it's weird to watch it.
Right.
So like with anime too, like it's weird when people have like these animes that are like not rated R, but like they're pretty gory and stuff, and I'm like, this is weird to watch. And then it's just like weird like backstories, and then it's also just like, and everyone always says like, oh, this one anime has like a dope fight scene, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's also like animated, so they could just make it however the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it was like real, like if it was like at least like a what do they call it? Like a real life film, like with actual people.
Live action.
I get you can use CGI and stuff, but at least you see like the human body do that. You're just watching like a cartoon do this like crazy like fight scene, and it looks dope, but it's all just some guy in the back that has like good mechanics with the computer and graphics, and he's drawing shit, and so he can easily make this fake world up.
Yeah.
So and I know what you're supposed to just like let it be and let it enjoy it for what it is, but it's very hard to do that when it's like the things they're like the things like the fights and the gory things.
How many episodes in did you tell yourself that? 12 episodes later. You know,
no, dude, I'm not even
of Naruto. I don't like this.
No, dude,
I'm gonna watch another.
I think the closest I've tried was like Avatar's
Avatar's
when
dope.
I was younger. I think I tried watching a few scenes, like a few episodes. I remember Avatar would come on around the time, like it would just happen like around the time right when I got off school.
Yeah.
And I would watch it to kill time, to watch like SpongeBob or something that I wanted to watch, because that's what I was into.
Yeah.
I was into, and that's why I think it makes sense that I'm into like stupid comedy now. I like stuff that I don't have to think about. I just kind of watch it and just laugh at the dumb stuff, and that's why I think SpongeBob is to me. I think SpongeBob is hilarious now.
Classic.
Have you watched any of the old episodes now?
Bro, so funny.
Dude, there's so many like hidden, like not hidden, but like
adult stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like, you don't see as a 13-year-old.
And it's even funnier now, on top of the stupid comedy. Damn, what is that, the wind?
I think so.
Oh shit, scared me.
Those ghosts. Those anime ghosts.
But
no, I find the anime thing funny.
You're into that.
I watch some of it. Like I'll watch it occasionally, but some people are just like obsessed.
We were hoping you were gonna wear your bodysuit.
I know, right? That shit, dude. I was like literally like in it, and I was like, my girlfriend's like, "You're gonna wear that?" She's like, "That's funny. You should wear that." I was like, I wasn't wearing it because of that. It's just because I'm going to bed right after. I was like, I'm just gonna go right to bed. It's like my PJs. Usually I don't do that,
but it's funny that you had the matching top and bottom. I'd understand like if just your sweats, but like
it's
you had
Walmart, bro, 1995. It's on sale. That's cheap right now. But no, with the whole like people being obsessed with it, there's some anime fans that make it look bad because like these people like act like they want to live in Japan, but they've never been there, or Japan's some sort of superior culture. I'm like, dog, you're watching a cartoon. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, I hope people are not basing America off of American cartoons because, I mean, you might, the news might be worse, but no, you know what I'm saying though. Like, I hope you're not judging a culture based off a cartoon. That's like they're literally just pandering a lot of it to Americans too because they know we're watching it.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining. Like, I do find it entertaining. Like I grew up watching like Dragon Ball Z and like. I remember, you have to watch like half the episodes, one guy screaming, and then like it's like next week. It's like, oh fuck, like, I gotta wait a week between screams. Like, what's going on here, man? That was one of those.
Every
those
episode
things,
was a to be continued.
Bro, I really like having the streaming now. That's just nice, where you can just like watch all of it. It's so nice. If I was a kid, I would have had that. I would have been just like these kids now, And that's something I've told my parents before. I'm like, because they'll talk shit. I'm like, dude, like if you had all that stuff as a kid, you'd be using it too. If you were allowed to.
Yeah, they're just salty that they didn't have
They're
it.
just jealous, man. Nah, the robots took over. That's it. They got our brains. They got the chips and the vaccines.
No, it's getting there, man. Did you get a vaccine?
Alex Jones is right. I did end up getting the vaccine.
I did too. But you know why I got it? I guess I would have got it eventually. But I had always, like when it first came out, I was like, I'll get it if for some reason I want to travel. And in order to go there, I have to have the shot. Then I'll do it because I'm not gonna like not go on this dope trip just because I don't want to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And so literally 2 months after like all that shit happened, we went to Cancun.
Nice.
And I was like, okay. So I went, got the shot, and then we went to the airport, bro. They never once asked if I got the shot. Yeah. They never one time asked me. Oh, they had like a screening like before you could go to like through checking your bags and stuff.
Yeah.
They would have this like little like iPads, and you had to answer like, do you feel sick today? And you could just lie on that shit. Like obviously I didn't feel sick, but like you could just lie. Like it was like, do you feel sick today? No. And it was like all this stuff, and it was like, okay, like you're clear to go. And then like you would press enter, and it would pair with your boarding pass. So when you went through, they would show like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah, dude. That was like a time period everybody thought they were so cool with their temperature scanners.
Yeah, I know. We still haven't worked the fucking laser thing. But no, but yeah, so like I got it, and then I ended up not needing it.
I feel you. Yeah, no, I got it for a job, and I did not want to get it. It was like, because I was like, well, I'm healthy. Like, because I already know the science. Like, you're not going to try to, like, because it's bullshit if you're going to try to say that getting the virus and then having that immunity is not as good as your vaccine. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, that's just basic, science. I know that. They know that. I'm not a scientist, but they are. So they know that. But, look how many people became very rich. So many board members, so many people,
Yeah, true.
So I do believe that a lot of it is that. It's based around that. I don't know if I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of like, oh, they released it on us to make money. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the world leadership. They do a lot of crazy shit. They lie about a lot of crazy shit all the time,
Yeah.
And they do things to make money constantly. But, I got the vaccine. Like, I don't feel like it did anything to me long term. A lot of people say it did. I believe them if they say it did. And that's unfortunate. I wish that they would have like taken a little more time. I don't believe that it was the emergency they said it was. I don't think the vaccine, just looking at it now in retrospect, like it didn't really work. It didn't stop a bunch of people from dying or anything like that. The death rate was nowhere near what they said it was at the time.
Yeah.
All these things, they add up to, hey, you just made a bunch of people who were questioning you look right, when you could have just been like, well, you should just take it, but we're not going to force you.
Yeah, true.
Because that's what other countries did, and they didn't have like much different outcomes. because they just wanted to rush it through in 6 months or whatever it was. I mean, that shit takes years to figure out. You would think, but once again, I'm not a scientist in that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you are not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist, but I can have my opinions.
I like when people say that. I'm no doctor, but you should go get that checked out. It's like, no fucking shit, you're not a doctor.
Bro, right? It's like, yeah, your arm hurts all the time, you should get it checked out. But I'm not a doctor. Hey, you're trying to cover yourself legally. Yeah. CYA, bro.
Fuck, man. Well, we've been going on for some minute now.
Yeah.
I think you should wrap it up soon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been nice.
How did you think it go? You think it went good?
I think it went well.
Good.
Yeah.
Me too. You would you come back?
Oh yeah, I'd love to come back.
All right, cool, because I want to have you back on.
Be a lot of fun.
All right, brother.
Tell you more about my maybe I'll open up about the hillbillies,
Yeah. I know. You like and the cool thing, if you guys don't know, but like I've only seen you a couple times at the shows. We rarely talk. Just kind of like, hey, what's up? Good set, and then like that's it. So some of the shit you were saying kind of just came out of left field for me. I was like, whoa, you're in the military and like you're a hillbilly? Like, that's cool.
Right. All right, cool.
So now like I can go back and I'll come up with some better questions and we'll have a good time.
We'll have a good time. All right.
But thank you for coming out. Actually, before I go, are you on social media? You are.
Yes, Aarion Lynch. That's Aarion, and then you know how to spell Lynch.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. It's not Aarion. Not racist.
Aarion Lynch.
Yeah, no, it's not Aarion Lynch. All right.
Just Instagram?
Yeah, just Instagram. Yeah.
All right. All right, yeah, definitely start posting more stuff, man.
Yeah. I've been trying to be more active on the social media, I prefer to be on stage, but it's necessary now to go on there. So.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Cody, man, like I think for these airport shows, like we should really set up something and like start recording people's sets.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that way I know some people use their phones and stuff, but it'd be cool just to like get everyone's sets, cut it up, and just send it to people. Maybe give them maybe it's like $5 or something.
Yeah, people would appreciate that because like that comes in handy for like a reel. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into another episode. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aarion Lynch.
All right.